Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Adventures in Celluloid.
You say it correctly.
Okay.
Adventures in Celluloid.
I'm your host, Josh, and this is
Corey.
And today we have a guest, and his name is
Logan.
Logan.
What movie are we talking about?
Today we're going to talk about Spidey 3, Spider-Man 3.
Are we going to be talking about it, or are we going to bash it?
Well,
A little both.
a little both.
A little both.
A little bashing,
It
little
deserves both.
praising for small things like casting. It was okay casting, but for the directing and the writing, like I don't know, but writing.
Look, good job saying okay casting. But we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to it.
All the okay casting came from the first two movies, though.
Yeah, there was great casting the first two, but then third one it was okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
But we'll get to that. So we're going to start off with the story.
Start with the story. Okay, and that's my job, I guess.
Brief us.
Okay, so
It doesn't always have to be your job, but I'm making you do it now because I can't really. I can remember zilch from that movie because it was disappointing.
I have to do it forever. Okay, I'm just gonna try to abbreviate this one because I only saw this one like twice, but yeah.
That's about as much as it deserves.
I'm gonna do this. Okay, so Pete wants to propose to Mary Jane, and who has just made her Broadway musical debut. And those of you at home, I'm pretty much following the Wikipedia article right now. And meteorite lands in Central Park near them, and there's an extraterrestrial symbiote, and it attaches itself to Peter's moped. And then a prisoner named Flint Marco escapes, and he falls into an experimental particle accelerator that fuses his body with the surrounding sand and allows him to shapeshift at will as the Sandman.
I will say that was really cool though. Like,
They did, they did an excellent job of that sequence.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that whole, like they did. I felt like they did an okay job with the special effects on that part, kind of, until they got to like the second half of the movie with the fight scene. It was just like, what?
Yeah.
This is unrealistic.
Big glob of sand that
Yeah.
was towering over the side.
Like, it was like, how are you producing more sand? Okay, continue.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then Harry is mad still about Pete killing his dad. Well, he didn't technically kill him, but whatever. And then, so he's still mad. He texts Peter with Gobby technology, and then Harry gets injured on a pipe, and he suffers from partial amnesia, making him forget his revenge and that Peter is Spider-Man. And then there's a festival honoring Spider-Man, and Flint Marco robs an armored car. Captain Stacy in the NYPD, Captain Stacy tells Peter and Aunt May that Marco was the guy that actually killed Uncle Ben, which is one of my problems with this movie. But yeah, it's actually Marco that killed him.
Wait, did they tell that to him because were they trying to make it canon, or what were they?
Yeah,
they were making it. Well, yeah, they were making it not canon, but they were
retconning the.
Okay, yeah.
They've been trying to figure out a way for Spidey to go all goth on Sandman.
Yeah, they were basically retconning it right there because up until then it was Dennis Carradine that killed him, but this movie says he was only an accomplice, and then Peter's like obsessed with vengeance, and then the symbiote that got on his moped, it bonds with him, and he wakes up hanging from a skyscraper and notices that his costume is now black, and the symbiote is bringing out his dark side, and he's got emo hair going on. He locates Marco, and he doesn't have the emo hair yet, but he locates Marco and fights him in a subway tunnel, and he notices that Marco's weakness is water pipe, and he uses it to reduce the Sandman to mud at this point. And then Peter's got emo hair going on, and it alienates Mary Jane, and she's like, oh, whatever. And then she finds solace with Harry. So then the love triangle's coming back from the first movie here.
Oh, no!
Yeah, and then Harry recovers from his amnesia thanks to another hallucination of Willem Dafoe.
Go, Willem!
And he compels Mary Jane to break up with Peter. So the love triangle is definitely in full motion here. Mary Jane tells Peter she loves someone else, and Harry meets with Peter and claims to be the other guy. So it's basically the other way around from the first movie. This first movie, it was Josh. You look concerned.
I'm fixing the recording level on the mic.
It's okay, Josh.
Staring at the mic for like 5 minutes.
Well, I'll have to speak up because we're recording like
Oh.
Yeah.
So if I talk
It's
to like
okay,
right here,
Josh.
will that be better?
Yeah, if we talk really, really close to it.
Really close
Okay.
to it, yes.
That works.
But yeah.
Okay.
I can do this.
So, Peter and Mary Jane break up, and the love triangle's in full motion.
Yeah.
And then Peter confronts Harry in the black suit, and he's like, "Your father never loved you," and then basically
Your father
tells
never
him that.
loved you.
And then
Oh.
Harry gets mad, throws a pumpkin bomb at him, but then Peter deflects it back and disfigures Harry. While Peter's under the symbiote's influence, there's a rival photographer at the Daily Bugle named Eddie Brock, or Eric Foreman, as I like to call him, because that's basically what he is. And then, and he exposes him because Eddie's been submitting doctored photographs showing Spider-Man as a criminal. He exposes him, and he's in trouble. And he gets fired by J. Jonah Jameson. And then Peter, to make Mary Jane jealous, he starts dating Captain Stacy's daughter, Gwen, which is this. They got it whole mixed up when it's to the comic books, but yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But then he starts dating Gwen Stacy, takes her to a nightclub where Mary Jane works, and then Gwen's like, "Hey, you're just using me to make Mary Jane jealous," and she leaves. And then Peter brawls with the bouncers with his emo hair. After he accidentally hits Mary Jane.
Logan is imitating the whip back of the hair. Like,
I just took a shower, so my hair is flexible.
hair is flexible.
But yeah, he accidentally hits Mary Jane, and then he's like, "Oh, this symbiote is changing me." And then he goes to the church bell tower, and he finds that he can't remove the suit, but that it weakens when the bell rings. And so he tears the symbiote off and falls to the lower tower. And it falls on Eddie Brock, who is down in the church praying for God to kill Peter Parker. Because, wow, you totally pray for God to kill people. And,
My goodness. That's messed up.
But it all worked out for him in the end. So
but then it bonds to Eddie Brock's body and turns him into Venom. And and then
Venom.
Brock then joins Sandman, and they join forces.
Oh, great.
Brock
It's gonna be horrible.
Brock hijacks Mary Jane's taxi and stuff, and they fight. Oh, yeah,
Peter
whatever.
gets Harry to help him.
He hangs it from a web hundreds of feet above the sand-filled construction site. I don't remember this part, but yeah, I remember it. I remember it.
This is
now.
the only part I remember.
I remember it now.
Actually.
This is like the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then Peter seeks Harry's help, but then Harry rejects him. He's like, "Nope." Peter clashes with Brock. Then Harry's like, and then he learns the truth. He's like, "Oh, so Spidey didn't really kill my dad." And then he decides to help Peter out. And then Harry just subdues Sandman while Peter fights Brock. Then Brock almost impales Peter with Harry's glider, but Harry jumps in the way, causing him to be stabbed instead. So,
Ironic much?
sorry, Harry. And then Peter recalls how the church bells weakened the symbiote. And so he grabs pipes and creates a ring around the symbiote, creating a wall of sonic vibrations. And the symbiote releases Brock, and Peter uses the webs to pull Brock from it. But the symbiote has gained enough power from Peter and Brock to live on its own without a host. So Peter throws a pumpkin bomb at the symbiote from Harry's glider, but Brock jumps in to save it, and both are vaporized by the explosion.
It's like a video, what you see in a video game.
Yeah, it's a bit video gaming.
It's like, go ring the bell tower 4 times, and it will create a sound field that will totally ultimately let you win.
Yes.
Yeah.
With points.
Yes.
All the points.
All the points.
And then after the battle, Sandman explains to Peter that he never intended to kill Ben, but he only wanted the car. And he shot him accidentally when Dennis grabbed his arm, and that Ben's death has haunted him since. And Peter forgives Sandman, who dissipates and floats away.
Yeah.
Gone with the wind. Then Peter and Harry forgive each other, and Harry dies with Mary Jane and Peter crying by his side. Mary Jane returns to the nightclub and sees Peter while giving a song, and Peter and Mary Jane dance, reconciling their relationship. Thank you, Wikipedia, for all that. But anyway, let's start tearing this movie apart a little bit.
Well, first we have to talk about our favorite moments of the movie.
I don't even remember. True. I don't remember enough about this one to really know which one's my favorite.
I would only say, like, I really feel like because I read the comic, like the first comic with Venom and how that whole thing unraveled. Like, it was good.
Yep.
The comic was great, but I read the comic, and I read that comic over and over and over again. It was like one of the only comic books I had was that one, and I read it over and over and over again. It was almost Sandman, Venom, and Catwoman was in it, but
not Catwoman, Black Cat.
Sorry,
get
Black
it right.
I'm sorry,
Get it right.
Sorry.
Shame.
Felicia Hardy.
Shame.
I'm sorry. Anyway, but yeah, oh man, the comic was great. I wish that they adapted more from the comic. But I would say that what could remotely be called a favorite part was I just liked all the part. This is really hard. I'm having a hard time here.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe the major battle. I mean, that was only the exciting part, and that's the only part I remember because I saw that one part twice, and only one of the times I was watching on TV in Nebraska Furniture Mart, sitting on a chair you could buy, waiting for my parents to be done shopping. So, how about you, Logan?
I don't know. I think they did a really good job with the look of Venom. Like he actually looked fantastic.
Yeah.
And minus when his face peeled away and you could see Eddie behind it. Other than that, he looked fantastic. That and just like the major battle was pretty sweet. I mean, that's the biggest scale that they had done yet in Spider-Man movies, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty big. Yeah.
I do love John Jonah Jameson and all of his hilarity.
He makes
there's a whole scene during the major battle where he's like. He can't find Peter anywhere to take pictures of this, and he ends up like trying to get a camera from a little kid, and she sells the camera to him, and then ends up selling the film to him too because she didn't sell the film to him originally. It's just hilarious.
He kind of makes the movie a bit better.
Yeah,
it's a lot better with his presence in there. And
since this is a movie where we maybe start to bash, we should include a new segment called Parts That We Laugh At.
Well, everybody knows which part that is in this one. The emo hair scene.
Emo hair scene. Yeah. All of a sudden he's becoming a player. Oh, here we go. Walking down. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that part.
That totally
everybody is like
messes with the entire image of Spider-Man 2 because Peter Parker was the nerd.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he would not, like, even if he did get the symbiote, he would not know what to do.
It was such a weird thing.
Yeah.
It was like, why? This is weird.
Also,
like
he wasn't even dressed that well, let's be honest.
Yeah, it was like, you're going to be emo, do it right.
See, there's almost another villain in this one. Can you guess which villain it was? So I'll tell you the actor that they considered. It was Ben Kingsley was considered.
Ooh. I could see him playing Doc Ock. Honestly, I could see.
It wasn't Doc Ock.
I could see him
Doc
playing
Ock's
him, though.
dead.
That would be fantastic.
I know, but I could see him playing Doc Ock.
Vulture?
It's Vulture.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they almost put a third villain in there. It would have been
fourth.
Yeah, fourth.
Because we had New Goblin.
Yeah, Goblin. Yeah.
That would be
I want to see a good one with
scale.
Vulture, especially considering like in the new ones with Amazing Spider-Man, we saw a little bit of a reference to Vulture, but we never actually saw him.
Yeah,
they need to get Black Panther in there.
Rebooting it again.
They're going to.
Black Panther's going to be in Captain America: Civil War.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
So, Black Panther's going to be in some stuff. He's probably going to.
Is the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I feel like I want to see him go alongside Spider-Man, though.
He probably will, because they're rebooting Spider-Man again for Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'm interested, too, like, when we have the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've introduced Daredevil, who's also in New York City, and we have all these people
and
who
Punisher's
are in New York
coming
City.
back, too.
Yes, Punisher will be back. We have the Jessica Jones thing, which I have not seen yet, so don't spoil it.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either. But yeah, let's see. Okay, the thing that's tugging at me right now is the casting of Eddie Brock.
He just was not
it's
good.
like Topher Grace. Like, why would you cast Topher Grace?
It's like
Eric Foreman.
Hayden Christensen's brother. Or Hayden Christensen reincarnated, or something.
Even worse acting brother.
Yeah, it's like
he can act as Eric Foreman, but nothing else.
Yeah, like
I haven't really seen him in anything but that 70s show and Spider-Man 3, so I don't know too well, but he wasn't very great.
He was not like remotely scary. He was insane, but he wasn't scary.
Eddie's supposed to be like real beefy and stuff. He's supposed to be a meathead, but that's not Topher Grace at all.
Meathead Reporter is kind of a oxymoron anyway.
Yeah.
Although you read in the comics,
Topher Grace is a string bean. They put him as Eddie Brock. It's like
He bulked up a little bit though.
a little bit.
yeah, like in the comics, he's like it doesn't really match the comic book character.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because the comic book character's just like he's full out trying to just kill him. But I mean, Eddie Brock
In this
goes
one,
to the church. Can Spider-Man please die?
Please kill Spider-Man. And that's pretty intense. Like, if a guy got me fired from my job, I probably wouldn't pray to God to kill him.
Right.
Yeah.
Be like, can you help me find another... I need another job.
I need another job. Please, that would be great.
Also, I'm pretty sure, again, I haven't seen this movie in a while, but I'm pretty sure he also... Wasn't Gwen Eddie's girlfriend first?
Yeah.
There's that, too.
Yeah.
Peter did kind of start ruining his life just a little bit.
Yeah. I wouldn't pray for God to kill him, though.
No.
That's a little drastic.
That's a bit much.
Though for Gwen Stacy,
Yeah,
I could be tempted.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, then Gwen Stacy, like, introducing her at this point, it's just like, it's just...
Comic book fans everywhere are groaning.
Yes, it's just...
It's like, why you're ruining a perfectly good, like...
You already had Mary Jane take her role in the movie so far. But
Except
then,
for you didn't kill her when she was supposed to die anyway.
And then introducing her as something completely different, aside from who her father is probably one of the only parts that they got right. And then, yeah.
See, and also, I like the fact that they use Mary Jane throughout the entire trilogy. She would, in the comic books, she did not appear until issue 83.
Yeah,
Issue 83 is when she appeared. She was referenced before that, but she didn't actually show up until then. It's ridiculous.
I mean, what was her famous line whenever...
Face it, Tiger, you've hit the jackpot.
Yeah, face it, Tiger, hit the jackpot. Like, when they first showed her, like, Stan Lee was like, I want you to draw the most beautiful woman you ever seen. And then...
It's a great Stanley impression.
But yeah, and yeah, those are my two biggest complaints about this one. But the casting of Sandman wasn't too bad.
Sandman wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad.
He made you feel sorry for him just with his daughter and everything.
Yeah.
That whole story arc.
It's like, oh, how can I not forgive you?
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. Wasn't he didn't he play the jerk in George of the Jungle?
Yes.
Just look at. I have a picture of him right now.
I got a picture of him.
He's a very blocky face. Like I think they just picked the right look of a guy to be Sandman. Like he looks. He's from Yolo, California.
YOLO.
He's from Yolo, California.
If any state is gonna have a town named YOLO, it's gonna be California.
That's pretty great.
There's even like a YOLO County.
Well,
he saw action in Korea.
Gwen Stacy was in this.
No, his dad did. His dad saw action in Korea, not him. That was correction there.
Gwen Stacy was in this one, played by Bryce Dallas Howard. She played
She's Ron Howard's
lady in the New Jurassic World.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ronnie Howard, Opie.
yeah. Yes, I remember
it's
that.
like, whoa.
She was also in Terminator Salvation, which isn't a great movie, but we'll probably talk about that at some point.
Is that the one with Christian Bale and Sam Worthington?
Yeah.
How can you make a action movie with Christian Bale and Sam Worthington and not make it good?
I don't know.
They managed.
I don't know. It wasn't that great, but
It wasn't terrible.
it had its moments that I enjoyed. But we'll talk about that at some other point. But yeah, then everybody reprising their role was perfect.
Bruce Campbell. He's always.
Willem Dafoe back as a hallucination.
Yet again, even though he died in the first movie.
Yeah. Like you just can't do it without Willem Dafoe.
He is classic.
And the guy who played Flash actually came back in a silent cameo at Harry's funeral. Like that's kind of surprising. Like he came back.
Didn't notice that.
Just not to.
Hey, Kurt Connors was in this one.
Yeah, he's in this one.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, he's in the second and third, but it wasn't. They didn't make
He has
use.
very tiny roles.
They didn't make great use of him though.
They need.
He was.
I want to see him in a movie. I would really want to see him in a movie.
Wait, what?
Like, no, I mean like the lizard.
Yeah, there is.
Is he in
Amazing
that?
Spider-Man?
Amazing Spider-Man.
I can't remember it.
He was the.
He was the main villain the entire time.
I can't remember.
I saw it once,
The
and I
only
remember.
thing he
it.
remembers about it is
Wait.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. Yeah, be honest.
Wait.
I watched
Wait,
that
Emma
movie.
Stone?
All I remember is Emma Stone.
Amazing Spider-Man, the new ones with Andrew Garfield. The very first one was the main villain was the Lizard.
Oh no, yeah. I'm talking about the old ones. I don't remember him in the old ones.
He wasn't.
Because he wasn't really.
Yeah,
but
that's why. That's
why
I'm
would
sorry.
you? But
Sorry. That's why I
Josh.
meant to say I wanted to see him in the old ones. I'm sorry.
It makes me laugh that you're not looking at either one of us when you say this. You're looking at the mic, like the mic can hear you. The mic
Well,
can't hear
yeah,
you.
I'm talking to the audience. I'm talking to the audience. I am sincerely sorry.
Even speaking of the new ones, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone broke up, so she's free game now. I'm gonna try this time.
Wait, you got a game plan and everything?
No.
Dang it.
Yeah, he's
I
gonna
wanted to
become
see that.
Spider-Man, bro.
Dude,
He's gonna
how
use-
else are you gonna win Emma Stone?
Emma,
Let's be real.
if you're listening to this somehow, even though you're like 8 years older than me or something, call me.
Hey,
Well, she like
simple equation: love plus spider bite equals Spider-Man. And therefore, if you're
that's
Spider-Man,
basically the
you
entire
Yeah.
first movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna predict that Tom Holland, the new Spider-Man,
Yes.
he is gonna have a thing with his female co-star because
Oh,
Tobey
good.
Maguire and Kirsten Dunst had a thing
They had a-
during the filming, and then Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone had a thing.
That was pre-filming, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they
Whatever.
They,
Anyway.
they lasted a while, but then
That's why the movie.
so
sucked.
Tom Holland, if you're listening, your female co-star, you're gonna fall in love with her for a bit,
Well,
buddy.
he doesn't even have his own movie yet. He's gonna
Not
be
yet.
in. Yeah.
He's
Civil War.
he's going to. But when you get your own movie, you're gonna fall for your female co-star. I don't know if they're gonna use Gwen again. I don't know what they're gonna do, but
We're rooting for you, Tom Holland.
come on, he's like our age. He's
Yeah, he's 19.
He's
yeah,
19.
yeah.
Like I could have been Spider-Man. Look at me.
Josh could have been Spider-Man. He's got the build for it.
Thank you.
welcome.
Yeah,
You're
honestly,
the best.
you could have.
You've got the build. I don't know about the acting ability, but you've got the build.
I have acting ability.
I said the acting ability, not acting ability, period.
Yeah, okay.
They could have
I'm
cast.
crying
me.
right now. No, I'm joking.
They could have cast me
Nah.
as Harry.
Ooh.
Harry.
Harry.
Yeah.
I would have been. I would have
Do
totally
we
been
wanna
up for
talk
being
about?
like, yeah.
Do you want to talk about Harry and the Amazing Spider-Man? Because like he took the emo look from
Yeah.
Peter and just
Yeah.
like
He
went with it.
Did oh my gosh, I did not like that casting choice actually.
Yeah.
Personally,
Let's
I
finish
didn't
up
like
with
it.
Spider-Man 3. Let's finish up with Spider-Man.
Moved
3.
to
Okay,
Amazing
yeah,
Spider-Man
yeah,
at a
yeah.
different time.
Let's just yeah. But yeah, and there's like two main villains that kind of was, that didn't work.
It's too much for a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Batman and Robin was.
Yeah, it was real stretched out.
And then, but really its biggest redeeming factor was the casting, for the most part, except for Topher Grace, and the special effects were good. And the music was great.
Score was really well, actually.
Music's great in all three of them. Danny Elfman,
Oh,
Did-
Danny Elfman, he's just
Yeah.
good.
He's fantastic.
Yeah.
but he didn't score this one.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah,
Who did?
it was Christopher Young.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's okay. He's
But
good.
then,
He's no Hans Zimmer,
but then,
you know,
Eh.
Danny Elfman collaborated with him.
of course.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, that makes sense.
There you go. Yeah, Danny
Spider-Man
Elfman.
movies have a history of having really good scores, actually.
yeah. Like Danny Elfman, he's good at making superhero.
Well,
Yeah.
and,
Alan Silvestri, Danny Elfman.
and the new ones, like Amazing Spider-Man 2, Hans Zimmer did it.
Yeah.
And, you know, all the, like, electronica stuff with Electro when he's going around, all the dubstep stuff, that was sweet.
Yeah. I didn't know Hans Zimmer had a talent for that.
Right?
But yeah, this movie, like the villain choice was good. Of the villains, like we could have used Venom. Like
We needed Venom.
We needed a Venom movie, but then throwing Sandman in there. Well, Sandman was good in this one. It just,
It made it too much.
yeah. Let's see, and then they were gonna, like they oversaturated the third one. They were gonna do a fourth one, but then they're like, hey, we made a mess of the third one, so what are we gonna do?
Is that how it went?
Yeah, and then
I thought Tobey Maguire just was like, whatever.
yeah, but see, they almost made fourth one. Until Raimi left, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, let's just reboot it again." And the fourth one was apparently they're finally gonna put Black Cat in it.
Could work.
I want to see.
Right?
But
Yep.
She's one of my favorite characters. But no, that hasn't happened. It's not gonna happen yet. I hope the reboot series, if they can get more than if they can actually get some movies out of it, hopefully, since it's going to be the cinematic universe this time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe since they're like easing their way into it with having him in Civil War, and then like they've been referencing him the last couple movies too.
Yeah.
Referenced him in Ant-Man, referenced him in Avengers last one.
Yeah.
So.
But hopefully Black Cat shows up in those.
Yeah.
And they'll I hope they learn from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
definitely.
They learn from it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to bring this up to you, Josh, but we also need to talk about, have you seen the 1977 Spider-Man TV movie?
what?
We're going to have to watch that one.
Is that like a... No, I've never seen that.
I haven't either, so we need to watch that.
We do need to watch that one. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to... That's going to be on our schedule for the future at some point.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to talk about the Amazing Spider-Man movies at some point.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch the second one because I was like half asleep the whole time.
Shall we go over the quality and content?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. See, where are we clocking in at right now?
We're clocking it at 27.
This probably be a shorter podcast here because there's really not too much talk about Spider-Man 3 because, I mean, its problems are brief and they're easily explained. I mean, they won't get as much complaining from us as we will whenever we get to the Star Wars prequels, but we could probably get like 2 hours each out of those Star Wars prequels episodes.
Especially Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I mean, like you just get us going on those. We just go. Let's go to midnight. Just get the energy drinks. Let's just go. Okay.
You know the audience can't see you shaking your head like that.
Yeah, I'm like flipping out, guys. Okay, so let's see.
Quality. Hang on, let me pull up my IMDb. See what I gave.
Well, we gotta do content or. Oh no, quality. Yeah.
Quality.
No. Quality and content.
We do quality then.
Quality.
I gave it a 5 out of 10.
I gave it a 5 out of 10. Also, well, actually,
look it up, bruh.
I'm looking it up. What would you give it, Logan?
Quality and content.
Just for quality.
Quality.
Like out of 10.
4.
Ooh,
Yeah,
harsher
but than us. But
makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, it's understandable.
There's no arguing there.
Well, yep, I gave it a 5 also.
Yeah, and that's settled. We'll put it at like 4.5. There we go. 4.75. That's
4.7.
Something like
Okay, so 4.75. So content rating. It really has nothing suggestive in it or lots.
It's probably the
words.
least.
It's
probably the safest for kids out of the 3. To be honest, it's not too violent, really.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a pretty big scale.
Yeah, but it does have Venom in it. Venom's kind of
Well,
might
just
be a
think
little
of the whole
scary to
scene
little
where
kids.
like Venom is holding him down and Sandman's just like punching him over and over again. That's a little.
Yeah,
there's
that's about as bad as it gets. Though.
unnerving.
Venom is a very intense character
That's
too.
true.
I would say,
Yeah.
like,
Use discretion.
yeah.
parents.
Yes.
But also, Spidey does punch through Sandman, but of course he's made out of sand. So
Yeah.
There you go.
No blood and gore.
Yeah. Well,
Blood, yes.
His face, his part of his mask gets ripped off. Do you remember that?
And Harry,
then there's Harry's whole wrinkle.
Harry gets disfigured. So
Yeah,
use discretion. Watch it before you let your kids watch it. That's what you
Yeah,
do.
I would probably like say 10 on my kid, on my children. Maybe 10 or less.
I'd maybe say 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, somewhere around. But once again, use your best discretion.
It came out when I was. It came out 2007, so it came out when I was 9, and I think I didn't see it in theaters, but I was 11. I was 11.
I was gonna say.
I was like, okay.
You are
11,
not
11, 11.
You, sir, are not 17.
There we go. Yeah, at least when I was 11, and I saw it not in theaters, but pretty soon after it was released afterwards. Oh my goodness, I see a picture of Topher Grace with a beard.
I know, right? I was like, what?
That isn't everyone.
No,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think it's once again it's a Marvel movie. It's gonna have.
But we can
pretty
safely
intense
say
parts, but
we can safely say it's not the worst Marvel movie out there.
no, yeah, it's
that
not.
is solely regard for the
far
Incredible
as-
Hulk.
That is the worst ever.
Have you seen the '90s Captain America? Like,
Oh,
my goodness, it is horrible.
That
It is horrible.
is
And
also.
I
bad.
haven't seen the '90s Fantastic Four, but that one's legendary for being
What was
bad.
the last time?
Okay,
we had
you know
a good
what?
Fantastic Four movie?
Yeah, honestly.
The new Fantastic Four.
Terrible.
It's not Marvel. Thank goodness. It would have given it a bad name if Josh Trank would have
Yeah.
directed that for Marvel. But man, I give it a 4.
4. Solid.
4 for
I didn't see
Fantastic
it.
Four. A solid 4.
I didn't see it, but
It had pretty good. Okay, I guess we'll get to that in another podcast. But it had pretty
I'm
good
gonna go ahead and-
visuals.
while-
But the rest of it was just crud.
But while we're at it, I think I should note that you know who wants to direct another reboot of Fantastic Four?
Oh, goodness.
Josh Trank.
Tommy Wiseau.
No.
What? No.
He wants. I want to see that. I just want to see that happen. I want to see him play Mr. Fantastic. It's like, well, I stretched my arm around you. I did not hit her. I did not. She go invisible, but I did not hit her. I did not.
Kill me now.
Oh, hi, Mark. I want to see that. Just gonna be so bad. Be so
Hopefully
bad.
they're worth seeing just for how bad they are.
I mean, if you can't make a good one, at least just let Tommy Wiseau give a crack at it, so we can see an even worse one. Make the other ones look
I was
good.
gonna say, no, that's impossible.
You still need to see The Room, don't you?
I still need to see the room. Yeah.
Have you seen The Room?
I don't think so.
Oh, you need to watch it. It's horrible.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll get to other movies in the future, but
Well,
let's see. I don't know what we're
So
talking about next
we-
time.
so next time, I have no idea what movie we should talk about. Let's
So
see.
next podcast.
Wait.
We'll be surprised.
Like, our next episode will be Blade Runner, my favorite movie of all time. Josh has not seen it yet as of this recording.
So we're gonna go watch it, and then we're gonna do a podcast right after we see it. So it's gonna be fresh in our minds. It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
It's always fresh in my mind.
Harrison Ford, yo. So stay tuned for that one. That's gonna be awesome. But
If Josh doesn't give it a 10, you're going to hear a fight.
yeah, it's gonna be a scuffle. Like you're gonna actually, yeah.
Kind of like how his brother was mugging him earlier.
Well, thank you once again, Logan, for joining us today for
Yeah,
the
sure.
public bashing of Spider-Man 3. Even though, it's okay in some areas, but in some areas not so. But
It's a good popcorn movie.
It's a good popcorn movie.
Yeah.
Just go watch it. I mean, if you've seen the first two, go see the third. Make it complete. Say you've seen all of them. Just watch it to say you've seen it. But yeah. So let us know what you think in the comments or whatever, if there's even a comment section, or just, yell out into the streets that you hate or love Spider-Man 3.
And us.
But instead of our usual movie quote that we closed it out with, I think since we're closing out this series, we need to use the biggest quote from this series.
Yeah.
Because we usually use "May the Force be with you," but this one we need to close it out with the big line from this trilogy.
Yeah.
With great
so-
power comes great responsibility.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
everybody, till next time, remember that with great power comes great responsibility.